It's Melinda, and today I'm bringing you a video as part of the video hop for Stretch Your Sketch. So we pick a sketch once a month, and this is the sketch that was picked. It's from HipKit, Jill Sprout, and the goal is to take this 12 by 12 and do it in a different size and make it your own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around. And my youngest just turned 10. So I'm going to create sort of like a cake shape with mine. And I'm going to do it in a 9 by 12 size. This is watercolor paper. I'm not sure if I'm going to get messy, but I wanted the creamier background, so that's why I went with that. I've pulled papers from the Moonstruck and the Crepe Paper Shine, Maggie Holmes Shine paper pads that I've had, the 6 by 6. I tend to collect mini paper pads and don't use them often, so we're going to try that. I've printed 3 photos onto one 4 by 6. They're a little bit small, but keeping in mind that I'm going to shrink this down to a 9 by 11 or 9 by 12. I have pulled my Heidi Swap stickers that I bought just for the numbers. There's the 10. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. This is Sparkle. This was a Chamel release that I've only used maybe a star or something off of. I'm thinking I'm going to pull the word super, maybe awesome, super awesome 10. I'm not sure. And here's some Freckled Fawn puppy stickers and stars that may come into play. I also pulled the Chamel sticker book. I'm not sure if I'm going to use anything out of it, but I have not used a single sticker out of here. So, oh, I lied. I used one. That's it. So we'll see if I can use something out of here. I don't know if I will or not. But I'm going to stick you on fast forward so you can watch this happen.
I'm going to start out by cutting these all apart and then cutting all the extra white space off. I don't always end up cutting them straight, so I got to do it a couple times. Now I know I'm going to back these photos. I'm showing you that there's 10s in there that I might want to use for the title. I'm going to sort of lay this out, but I realize, yes, I definitely got to put a white background on it. This is just scrap paper. The dog ate one end of it, so can't use it for much of anything else. And I just use scissors and get as close as possible. They don't always end up perfectly straight, but it's really hard to tell when they're on the layout. There's so much else going on, so I don't stress about it. Now I couldn't make all 3 of them square because of the way she had her hands showing the number 10, so I made that one longer. I'm just going to lay these in an order I think I want for the cake to go into. And I'm trying to figure it out now. I know I want this piece to have a ripped edge, and I think that's the perfect size. And I realize I'm not going to be able to, the cake has to get smaller on the way up, so I'm going to tape that back on. I figure I'm not going to be able to see much of it in the end. Now I'm just doing this by eye, willy-nilly, and just ripping the edge off really fast. And I'm going to just kind of set this out here. The cake is very short when I'm doing it this way, but I'll stretch it out before I end so it fills up the page. Trying to get a feel for how it will look. And I'm just cutting the next layer up just a slight bit smaller than the layer below it. And this is, I'm trying to figure out which side, which end, which... I really like ruler paper, so I didn't want to waste it. That's the basic concept of my cake. But I am going to need to add, the blue is just too plain and too big. So I'm going to cut this yet again and realize I cut it the exact same length as the paper above it. So I'm going to tape it back on and just trim it just a smidge. And I'm going to put this number paper on the bottom. That way it kind of goes light, dark, and ends on a lighter one. I want to cut the bottom off because I want that 10 to be the title I've decided. This one has the bluey greens in it, the turquoisey color, so it'll play nicely off the sparkle stickers, letter stickers that I'm going to use, the word stickers. I'm leaving a little smidge of the background. I'm going to grab some wax paper and pull these off. These are a little bit hard to come off. They're kind of squirrely. They stretch out, which makes it easy if you want to squeeze them into a space. You can kind of manipulate them a little bit. And this one was really stuck to the page. I'm going to start out with 2 words because this is such a short cake. Decide placement of the photos. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to put anything around the cake. I think I want to do sprinkles, but what else am I going to put around the outside of the cake? Because it looks kind of just blah to me. I need another word because 10 super awesome doesn't mean anything. So I'm going to put years. This is a mini market by October afternoon. And I'm mixing up capitals with small letter stickers because I didn't have all the capitals for years or all small letter stickers. This was just happened to be in there. I'm popping off the asterisks from this chipboard sheet. They don't end up making it on the layout, but it gave me the idea that I needed. I'm going to run through this sticker page. I think I might want to use these little dots. So I pull one off to see. I'm going to stick it on this little thing. That doesn't end up on the layout either, but it's a thought. And then I realize, ooh, I like these strips. That's too light. So we're going to put that back. And we're going to keep sparkle it up. I'm going to put it on wax paper because I'm not sure how I'm going to attach it. I like these hot pink flowers. They play off nicely off the banner. I'm going to do 3 of those. Just going to flip through to make sure I don't want to add any other stickers. There's a lot of stickers in this sticker book. I don't know if I'll ever use them all. And now I'm deciding that, do I want to leave these on to sprinkle or not? Slide everything off and pick 2 colors. I'm going to go with Vibes, Razzle, Dazzle, Berry, and Jenny B. Blue. They seem to go with the colors pretty well. And most of what I sprinkle is going to be covered up because this cake's going to go most of the way up the page. I need to dry it off just a smidge because I had some big blobs. And there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of sticking, and I figure if I don't like it, I can peel them up, which is what I do a couple times because the cake ends up being a little bit shorter than what I wanted it. And not, I don't know, too crooked in some ways. So I want to add a little bit more gaps between the papers so I get a little more height. and then commit right away. Don't second think it, just do it. Time is a ticking. I'm going to pop all the photos up, and the big one I just popped up the top of it because I want that sparkle it up to actually stick to the page. I like that the sparkle it up is crooked. I'm going to tuck years right above the blue cake layer. And this awesome, I can stretch it a little bit across this whole spot. And it looks like it's touching the photo, but it's not. We're going to tuck that photo behind that music paper. And this is where I realized that my cake being stretched out, I have room for one more word, and it needs to be smaller than super, so I needed to go with rad, just so that it kind of went with the shape of the cake. I'm going to get these photos tucked in, and they're just tucked in one of the layers, like they're popping out. I thought about popping up the 10, but I decided to lay it flat. And that is the title, 10 Rad Super Awesome Years. I'm going to use those 3 right about there. And then right away I decide that I'm going to bring in the sparkly ones from the thicker set. And I need a third one, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go through the sticker sheet, and I don't want to add any more extra colors. I'm going to cut this off the bottom and pop up some corners while I think. I'm thinking it needs to be maybe a black or a darker color, but nothing I have out in front of me seems to be working. I just want the layers to have a little bit of depth to them. I need to add the date, so I'm going to do that right down the marker, just her birth date, 6/13/18. And black. I have one black star thing there, but that's not what I wanted. So I'm digging around for my sequence. So I'm going to just sprinkle this sequence on here. It's got a little bit of grays, a little bit of iridescence, and black polka dots, that. And I'm going to quickly just glue dot these down. And in slow-mo here, I'm going to show you the close-ups. Even the stars have a little bit of sparkle to them, the pink ones. I'm going to show you the layout, or the sketch, if I get my screen to actually not show in white. Below you will find a long list of links to the other ladies that are participating in this. Please go watch them. Give them some likes. Give them some comments. Let them know how much you like this series. And here are some close-ups, still shots. Thank you for watching.